Hada means he guided. That is why we have the noun is Huda. Okay? The noun taken from the verb Hada, Al-Huda, the guidance. And the name of Allah, Al-Hadi, the one who guides. The one who guides. And that name repeated or mentioned in the Quran 2 times. The first time in Surah Al-Hajj. وَإِنَّكَ لَهَادِي الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. So Allah is expressing about himself that he is Al-Hadi, the one who guides. The second time in Surah Al-Furqan, وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ هَادِيًا وَنَصِيرًا. Allah is sufficient for you as Hadi, as the one who guides and the one who brings victory. So وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ هَادِيًا وَنَصِيرًا in the second time in Surah Al-Furqan speaks about the hidayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah is Al-Hadi. And also, when it comes to the Quran, you are asking the hidayah of Allah in every rak'ah. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. But the misunderstandings comes to our minds because of the various and the different types of guidance. Most of people cannot differentiate between the types of guidance. They cannot, differentiate between which type we exactly need, which type that we are asking Allah for. If you said, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, what exactly you need? What type of hidayah you are searching for? So let's go to the topic and inshallah try to concentrate about the different types. You might find a question, okay, for you. So be ready for any question, inshallah. So are you ready? Are you ready? Inshallah. Allahu Akbar. Are you ready, Dr. Yusuf?
If he says so.
Yes, if he says that, inshallah, you are ready. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us hidayah. Allahumma ameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran about himself, الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى. The one who creates and the one who fashioned his creation. It means that he creates them, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he put them in a good shape. No, it's not working good. Okay. So the one who created his creation and he fashioned them and he put them in the good shape. And you can see how Allah created us, how Allah created the animals, how Allah created, different types of creatures, different types of insects. And I think in Florida nowadays, we are surrounded by millions of love bugs, So you can see the different, and also we have the ladybugs. So ladybugs and love bugs, mashallah. So it is, related to the emotions and the compassion, alhamdulillah. And also we have various types of creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created in the best shape. So that this is the meaning of khalaqa fasawwa. He created and he fashioned them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. The one who decreed, you can turn off that one in the top. Yes, I think it is, it goes with that whistle. Jazakallahu khair. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. The one who decreed and the one who guided. So he created subhanahu wa ta'ala and after he created, he fashioned, he put them in a good shape, then he gave the destiny, he decreed their destiny, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then fahada, then he gave guidance. And this is the first type of guidance. General guidance. Guidance for all the creatures. Guidance for every single soul. Guidance for all the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Ibn Atiyah in his tafsir said, وَهَذِهِ هِدَايَةٌ عَامَّةٌ تشمل جميع المخلوقات. It is a general guidance. It covers, it encompasses all the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The humans, the jinn kind, the animals, the plants, every single soul Allah have created, it has part of this guidance. The general guidance. And he started to give some examples, and I'm pretty sure that you know all of these examples. For instance, you can find the small baby, he knows his mom. Even, you know, if she came from a distance and she had many moms with her, but he recognized his mom. Why? It is because of the guidance. Also the guidance for the animals. You can find the bees. It has, you know, many places flying to. And when it comes back to the hive, or the birds, when it comes back to the nests, they recognize their nests. Even some of the animals, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the guidance, the hidayah, to know where the place of the water is. Even the baby, when he comes by the time of delivery, he is searching for his mom to suckle, to drink the milk. Who taught him that? Who taught the ants to bring the food and to take it back to the tiny hole, even you cannot see it? But subhanallah, Allah guides them. Allah guides the birds, the mothers, you know, to go in the morning to bring the food to its baby. This is what we call it guidance. But it is a general guidance. A general guidance also to know what is harmful and what is not harmful. To know exactly what type of food, it can be dangerous just by looking. It is something in you know, in yourself, something telling you that food is so dangerous, don't eat it. So it is guidance, even for the animals. And you can see that we have, you know, your cat, if you have a cat, your cat, it comes to you, you know, feeling safety, and it comes to your hands to take the food from your hands without any fear, without any worry. She feels safe. Subhanallah. But when it comes to another cat stealing, snatching, kidnapping, you know, piece of meat or something, he takes it and runs away and escapes. Why? This is what we call it, the guidance. He knows exactly that he is taking what we call it, it's not literally, he can differentiate between what is halal, you give it to him by yourself, and what is haram. It's not physically haram or literally haram, but we can call it like this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has give us a general type of guidance. So, وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. That is for everyone. Even Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, agreed with this tafsir of Ibn Atiyah, and he said that every single soul has part of the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the general type of guidance. So this is number one. Number two, what we call it, the guidance of al-irshad. Hidayatu irshad. Hidayatu irshad. What does it mean? The guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you in the form of instructions, in the form of teachings. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you guidance and He directed you to that guidance, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made when He created us. If you wanted to picture this in your mind, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam, and the devil, the shaitan, whispered to Adam and Eve, and they disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah told Iblis that I will send to them prophets and the messengers. They can bring the guidance for them. They can have the scriptures. They can have the revelation. They can have the instructions. And they can give it to them to protect them from your whispering, from your evil. So can you imagine now we have two sections. The right hand, we have the servants of Allah with the instruction, with the guidance of Allah, which is irshad, the instructions, okay? And we have on the other section, the people of shaitan, doing the bad actions, and they will be in the hellfire if they didn't repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what does it mean? The second type, hidayatu irshad, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the revelation, the instructions, the scriptures through the prophets and the messengers to everyone. What does it mean? We have even the previous nations. Allah sent the guidance to them. Musa alayhi salam came with guidance. Ibrahim alayhi salam came with guidance. Sayyiduna Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, came with guidance. Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam came with guidance. He gave all the prophets the instructions that can help them to come close to Allah. Whether you accepted the instructions or not, still you got the hidayah. Still you got guidance. And this is something, please concentrate in this. Allah said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَإِنَّكَ لَهَادِي وَإِنَّكَ لَتَهْدِي إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. O Muhammad, you are guiding them to the right path. So which type of guidance? Which type? The guidance of irshad, of instructions, of revelation. I need you, inshallah, by the end of this lecture to be able to differentiate, you know, and to distinguish between the types of guidance. Whenever you recite Quran, you, inshallah, you will be able to know it by yourself. Which type exactly Allah wants to tell in this ayah. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet Muhammad, وَإِنَّكَ لَتَهْدِي, O Muhammad, you can guide them to the right path, to the straight path. It means the second type of guidance. The guidance of instructions, the guidance of irshad. It means that we sent, O Muhammad, we sent you with the instructions, with the scriptures, with the Quran, with the revelation to tell them. So it is type of guidance too. Whether you accept it or not, it is another issue. And also there is something we need to understand very well. Allah said in Surah Al-Isra, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We cannot punish anyone till he gets a messenger. And I need you to stop in this. Because we have, even in our lands, back homes, people cannot understand the reality on the ground, cannot understand the people nowadays. And they put everyone in one package. So now you have one package. Everyone opposite to us, we call him kafir, a disbeliever, in one package. And this is something we have to change in our minds. And let's assume that we have a person in 2019, till now, he did not get the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you know some people like this?
Yes, yes.
We have millions. We have millions did not get the message of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Either they even did not hear about Islam, or they got their information from the source like the media, for example. So all what they knew about Islam is, terrorism and killing people, hating others. The Muslims wants to kill us, all this type of fabricated news. They don't know anything about Islam. Personally, I met one of the people told me, I told him, what do you know about Islam? He said, you are worshipping idols. I told him, what type of God of idols? He said, you are worshipping Kaaba, and you are considering Muhammad as the son of God, as we consider Jesus as the son of God. So this is the da'wah. This is the message reached to him. This is what he got. So whether he did not hear about Islam altogether, or he got the false and the wrong information about Islam. So Allah said, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We will not punish them till we send a messenger to him or to them. So once they got the message, once they got the right source, the right message from the right source, at that time we can judge whether they accept it or not. I said to you, it's another issue. But let's go also the message that they had, like the Christianity or the Judaism, it's also another issue. Did they got the right message, the correct message? It speaks about the monotheism or not, it is something different. But I need you to concentrate on the second type of guidance. Again, number one, the general guidance. Number two, the guidance of irshad, instructions. And the third type is guidance of tawfiq. Guidance of tawfiq. What does it mean? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides you to accept the message. So it seems like we have two steps. To give you the message, it is one of the types of guidance. But to accept, to expand your chest, to accept the message of Allah, it needs the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what we call it, Hidayatu Tawfiq. Hidayatu Tawfiq. to accept the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the one who comes, for example, to declare the Shahada, what type of guidance he got? Number 3. But while he is studying Islam, reading about Quran, about the Sunnah, about asking Imams about what is Islam, know more about Islam, criticizing Islam. So he is in level number 2, stage number 2, which is irshad. All what you need in this stage is to give him a good source. But if Allah inspired him to accept the message, it comes only from Allah. No one can interfere in this type, in the third type. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لَيْسَ عَلَيْكَ هُدَاهُمْ. Your job is not to guide them. Hold on, Imam, please. Wait. You just said that, oh Muhammad, you guide them to the right path. The second ayah said, your job is not to guide them. Is there any contradictions between the ayat? No. But the first ayah is related to the second type, which is hidayah to irshad. And the other ayah, when Allah said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for example, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. You cannot guide whomsoever you want. Subhanallah. You cannot guide Muhammad. Which type? Number what? Number 3. So So the second type, or Hidayat Irshad, is number 2. And Hidayat Tawfiq is number 3. So you cannot guide the Muhammad. And we can see many examples. Like Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam is Kalimullah. The one who used to speak with Allah freely, without any mediator between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Was he able to guide Fir'aun? Was he able to guide Fir'aun? No. But he guided him. How come? He guided him means in the second hidayah, the second guidance. He gave him the instructions, the revelation. He showed the way to Fir'aun, but he did not accept it. So this is the third type. Another one, we have the son of Nuh alayhi salam. He came against his father, and his father is a prophet. A prophet. He could not even guide him. All what you can do, just to give them advice, just to give them the instructions. If they accept it or not, it's related to Allah to open His way to them, to guide them, to inspire them, to accept the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have, on the opposite side, we have the wife of Fir'aun. The wife of Fir'aun accepted the message. Allah gave her guidance. Subhanallah, why? Why? As I told you, and here is some of the questions. Imam, is the third type, the guidance, comes only from Allah? I mean, without any effort from me? Or it needs effort? Let me tell you that the third type needs effort, needs to step forward, to do something. And maybe Allah guides you to Islam because of something you did in the past. And I had many stories about that. You can find a sister, Alhamdulillah, Allah guided her for Islam, and she said, Imam, you know, I had one of the secrets in my life. I was honoring my mom or my parents. It is the good deed that leads you to get the third type of guidance. You made something in your life. Someone used to give a charity even before Islam. Someone has the sensitive heart. Someone decided to learn about Islam. Someone decided to search in the Quran. So once he got step forward, just one step, and Allah found the good intention inside his heart, He will bestow upon him with his guidance. He will cover him with his guidance. He will be included in the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? He got stepped forward. And let me give you a clear example. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the early days of da'wah. You know, how many years of da'wah was, secretly, privately? How many years the da'wah was secret? 3 years. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time made a dua to Allah. And he said, Allahumma a'izz al-Islam bi'ahabbi al-umarayn ilayk. Oh Allah, bring victory to Islam through one of the two Umars. One of the two Umars. Who is the first Umar? Umar ibn Khattab. And who is the second one? What is his name? What is the famous name? Abu Jahl. So Amr ibn Hisham and Umar ibn Khattab. Rasulullah made a dua for both of them, or at least one of them. Umar ibn Khattab accepted Islam, and Amr ibn Hisham, his name is Abu Jahl, he became the most enemy, or the famous enemy was against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Jahl, the one who was leading the people of Quraysh in the battles against Rasulullah, and he had been killed in Badr. Abu Jahl, the one who tried many times to kill the Prophet ﷺ while he is making sujood on the Kaaba, in front of the Kaaba. He tried many times, and he made the plots against Rasulullah ﷺ. So Abu Jahl, he was included in the dua, but he did not get any step forward to get the guidance. But what Umar did, Umar just did one step forward, just one request, Allahu Akbar. When he went to his sister and he discovered that she is reciting Quran, what he did? He slapped her. He slapped her on her face, and when he, get calm, he told her, what are you reciting? She said, I'm reciting Quran. He was nervous. He was angry. He discovered that his sister converted to Islam. He slapped her. But when he became calm, he told her, can you show me what are you reciting? Can you show me the scriptures that you have? She said, yes, but I have one condition. What is that condition? You have to be pure. You have to be clean. Go and make like sort of wudu, maybe ghusl or something. What he did, he surrendered. He obeyed.
He submitted. This is the step forward. When he came back, she handed him the scripture, the page, and he started to recite طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى. Then Allah expanded his chest to accept the message. So this is the guidance. This is the third type of guidance. He got number 2. He recited the instructions. He followed the instructions. Then Allah showered him with his guidance, and he deserved to take the third type of guidance. Now you got it? Now it's clear, alhamdulillah. I think that the third type of guidance is belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. No one can give it. And many times, I have people, asking about Islam. So, what is your mission? What is your mission as Imam? To give them the second type. Irshad. Just to advise him. To give them the sources, the Quran, the books. If he has a question, you have to answer, to make the answer so clear. He has many misunderstandings about Islam, and many times I got messages and emails that Imam, I'm searching about Islam, and they are saying about Islam that Rasulullah ﷺ had many wives, or they are saying about Islam that Islam asking people to kill each other, Islam asking, they are hating women, or they are looking down for women. Many allegations are regarding Islam, or about Islam. So your mission is to give them the answer that makes everything clear. And be sure 100% that you give him the good message or the right answer, without different types of schools and the opinions of the scholars. No, make it clear. 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. And many people, when they give answers, they drive you crazy. Wallahi. People don't know. People don't want all the various types. You as an Imam, you studied that. And it's your job to study all of the different names and different types. But you are not talking about, or you are not talking with scholars or specialists. You are talking about a person who newly came to Islam and he wanted to know. So make it easy as much as you can. Make it easy. So he is asking about something, give him direct answer. No, that's right. No, that's wrong. They said that about Islam because so and so, or yes, it's right because Allah says in the Quran so and so, and try to give him the answer, which makes sense, because he does not believe in the Quran yet. He does not know the value of the Sunnah. And subhanallah, we have many examples about people made others run away from Islam, because they cannot understand the real message of Islam. They give them at the beginning, you have to believe in the Quran and in the Sunnah. And in the Sunnah we have a hadith, and the hadith, it has many types: Sahih, Da'if, Hasan. He gave them all that in one shot. So someone, mostly, he is empty from inside. And you are throwing huge mountain over his back, telling him, you have to pray 5 times a day, 12 rak'at as sunnah, and we have Ramadan, we have Taraweeh, there is Masjid praying, 21 rak'ats at night. and you have to recite Quran, you have to memorize, you have to be in Arabic. All your salah has to be in Arabic. Otherwise, Allah will not accept. Who told you that? Wait. So once he got the message, you know, wow, there is lots of instructions. I have a tough work I need to do. No, it's for me to leave that religion. So he takes the decision to leave the religion at all because he's afraid. No, take it step by step, one by one. Let him first taste the sweetness of Iman. Wallahi, if he tasted the sweetness of Iman, he will not leave it. He will not, you know, he will be like the hungry who is looking for more and more and more. And subhanAllah, many times, wallahi, I saw one of our sisters, alhamdulillah, had the bad desire. She had, you know, the desire to know more about Islam. She needs to know about the instructions, the rules, the fiqh, the ahkam, the tajweed. She needs to know more and more about Islam, even more than people are, you know, spend all their life in Islam. Or people born as Muslims. And always I'm telling her, sister, take it step by step. Don't be, you know, in rush. Don't be hurried. Wait. Take it, absorb it, try to have it as in your heart as aqidah first, then let's move to the next step. What you are calling, inshallah, the new generation, surely, slowly but surely, you know? So step by step. So this is the third type of guidance. So Allah is Al-Hadi. The general type comes from Allah. The general guidance. The second type, which is the instruction, comes from Allah through the prophets and the messengers. Number three, it's only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one can interfere in that. And what is the type number 4? This is what we are asking Allah for. To guide you to Jannah. Allahu Akbar. And you know what? The people of Jannah, when they enter Jannah, may Allah let us all enter Jannah. Say Ameen. No, we need good Ameen, okay? May Allah let us all enter Jannah. Ameen. This is not something easy, this is Jannah. Be aware of this, okay? So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of our steps to Jannah al-Firdaus. Ameen ya Rabbi. Ameen ya Rabbi. When the people of Jannah enter Jannah, they will say, Allah said that in Surah Al-A'raf, وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَا اللَّهُ. Praise be to Allah, the one who guides, the one who guided us for that. For that, what does it mean? For Jannah. And without Allah, we cannot get that guidance. Subhanallah. It's just related, belongs to Allah. It's related to Allah. Allah, the one who controls the guidance, who gave you the guidance. That is why every rak'ah, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Oh Allah, guide us to the right path. So can you imagine the end of that path, what we have? Jannah. So when you ask Allah, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, actually you are asking Him for Jannah. If He accepted your da'wah, that is why, please, I encourage you, when you recite in Fatiha, try to feel it. Try to feel it. Don't say, and Allah. No. It's not Fatiha. And I told you before, the one who recites Fatiha in Salah, he is signing the contract with Allah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. This is the beginning of the contract, the introduction. You are praising Allah and you are telling Him, oh Allah, I acknowledge, Iyyaka na'bud. This is the first one. Number two, wa iyyaka nasta'in. I promise you that I will worship you. I promise you that I will seek refuge with you. And to help me to do that, I ask you to guide me to the right path. Subhanallah, this is a contract. So you need to feel it while you are reciting. Ihdina, you are asking. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Subhanallah, try to feel it. Oh Allah, guide me to the right path. We have many Muslims are reciting the same surah, but they don't feel it. So guidance, 4 types. The name of Allah, Al-Hadi, the guidance from Allah, the one who guides, has 4 types. General guidance, the guidance of instructions, the revelation. Number 4, the guidance of inspiration or accepting the message. Number 4, the guidance to enter Jannah. 4 types. So, inshallah, when you recite Quran, try to figure out which type Allah speaks about. Do not get confused about the guidance. Do not say, why Allah said that He can guide everyone. If Allah says He can guide everyone, so why do you have people are disbelieving in Allah? Which type Allah meant in this ayah? He meant the second one. He can give the instructions, the guidance of irshad to everyone. But to accept it, not everyone. Not everyone is accepting the message of Allah. That is why we have believers and disbelievers. We have mu'min and fasiq. We have a believer, a true believer, and another one who disobeyed the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of us to the right path. Allahumma ameen. So which type now? Which type?
Third type.
Fourth? Yes, fourth one. Fourth one. Because number 3, to accept the message. Alhamdulillah, we accepted the message. Alhamdulillah. Okay? So we are asking Allah for the fourth one, that if we follow it, we will enter Jannah, inshallah. And if you have a cat, it has guidance? She got guidance, alhamdulillah. If you have a cow, got guidance? Yes. Every single soul got the general type of guidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our sins. Oh Allah, we ask you to forgive our sins, the minor sins and the major sins. Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Oh Allah, we ask you to shower all of us with your mercy. Oh Allah, we ask you to protect our children, our family members. Allahumma ameen. Oh Allah, we ask you to grant us the intercession of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah, we ask you to shower all of us with your mercy. Oh Allah, we ask you to accept our repentance, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Oh Allah, we ask you, as you gathered us in your house, we ask you to gather all of us in Jannah al-Firdaus. Allahumma ameen. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.